The Rays did the unthinkable. 3 straight sweeps on the West Coast.
You are Locked On Rays, your daily Tampa Bay Rays podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
He's Evan Closky, he's Ulises Sambrano, and I am Kevin Weiss, and we have a busy show for you today. Later on, baseball trivia and Name That War in a few minutes. The much ballyhooed Closky on the clock. But to start, the Rays are the talk of the baseball world, and Ulises has some insight as to why that is.
That's correct, because the Rays make it a perfect 9-0 cross-country road trip by finishing that sweep against the Athletics. It has been a terrific last 10 days for the Rays. 9 wins in a row. Pitching is working out. The hitting is working out. The bullpen is working out. Everything is nice. Everybody's loving each other, and the chemistry is off the charts. Now, as a fan, you're having this issue of looking at the date, Evan, and it's August 12th. And You're looking at that AL East division, and you're looking at a 6.5 games lead to the New York Yankees. What else do you need to see, Evan Closky, to say, all right, the Rays got the division?
Consistency? I mean, they're going to come down to earth, right? Like, I don't care about level of competition. The winning 9-0 on the road, I don't care if it would have been Colorado Angels Athletics. Like, that is so hard to do. Then you factor in the West Coast. I mean, that's the crazy part about this team is they've just complemented themselves really well. Like, they went 6-3 on their last homestand, and for all intents and purposes, they didn't really play that well. Like, their bats stunk the entire home trip for the most part. It just, they won like a 1-0 game, I think a pair of 1-0 games. They were able, the pitching was able to pick up the bats, and Yandy hits a really bad slump in July, and Caminero is able to launch a few home runs. Victor Mesa Jr. Like, everyone just, as someone goes down, somebody else finds an answer. So, like, I don't know if I need anything in particular. It's just more of like, don't go through such dry spells. The hitting is going to hit another cold streak. I'm sure of it. The pitching is going to have a rough week at some point. Sure of it. You're going to have to manage these arms. They already have done that with Shane. Griffin we don't know. I mean, it was a positive injury report. We don't know what the future holds for Griffin.
Right.
Drew went through 5 innings in West Sacramento. He's going to need a bunch more of these 5 innings outings as, they manage him down the stretch. Ian Seymour, is he going to continue to shine like he has? So, yeah, there's nothing that they really have to prove to me more than they got to do it all over again for another 6 weeks, and not necessarily at the clip that they're winning at. Just don't have the 6-game losing streak, right? Like, if you're going to have like a 5-5 10-game stretch, like, you can't control another team if they win 10 in a row. But if you have a stretch where you're 500 for a decent sample size, like, you should be able to weather that storm.
I kind of liked what Kevin, you said. If the Rays get to 8 games of 4 lead, and you get either a Griffin Jax or a Shane McClanahan healthy, then you will raise your hand and say the Rays got this division. Was that the thing you said?
Yeah, that kind of dovetails into the next thing. So as of today, Evan, so the Rays are 74-46. That equates to 28 games above 500. Scale of 1 to 10, your confidence level of the Rays winning the division. Are you at a 10, a 9, an 8, a 7? Unsure.
No,
not unsure. That's not in the.
Okay, it's got to be a number.
I'm going to say a 7.5, because that's going to give me like a 75% sure, right?
Right.
I am pretty worried about the end of the season schedule.
Yeah.
Outside of the Athletics, I think like all of September, against teams that are playoff bound. And, you got, look, some of that's home, but I mean, you have to play Boston and New York for a combined 7 games. You got to go on the road to Philly to end the year. You got to go on the road at Texas and play 4 games, which I don't think they've won a game there in Texas since what, 2022?
Maybe
23? Yeah. Like, that is just a house of horrors for them. That's, you know what? Let me change my answer from before. If the Rays win the series in Texas, at that point, I'm ready to crown them.
I like that because it's concrete. Now, let me just do a real quick check. Do you know when that series is?
That's the first week in September, I believe.
First week of September.
So Major League Baseball has backloaded the schedule in September to hurt the Rays' chances. Conspiracy theory.
They knew this was happening.
Well, that's the thing is, the Yankees, I think they get like the Angels and Colorado. I think like the only 2 teams that they play down the stretch who are playoff bound, I think are the Rays, the Diamondbacks, and Padres. Like, 2 of those teams are looking potentially playoff. I mean, Diamondbacks certainly stronger than Padres, but it's certainly, like, I'm not taking anything away from this West Coast road trip. Insane trip to have. The Athletics just took a series from Boston and Fenway, but they took care of business against 2 really crappy teams and 1 team that is just down on its luck, the Seattle Mariners. Yeah, I mean, just grossly underperforming in some close games. But there's not many of those opponents kind of left. Even these next 2 weeks. I mean, you're playing all divisional games. Baltimore, Toronto, Baltimore. Like, those are going to be stingy type of games, and you gotta, especially at home, you got to take care of the business there more than on the road. So, it's not smooth sailing, but certainly if the Mariners can hold on and win tonight up 7, like, you've given yourself such breathing room.
Yes,
like truly.
So the 3 straight sweeps on the road, what would you say, 30,000-foot view, bird's eye view, was the most impressive thing about that feat? Was there a particular moment? Because, I mean, in the Athletics series, there was the 8th inning comeback. There was the 6 home runs in a game. You had Taylor Walls hitting 2 home runs. Was it something in Colorado? Anything overarching that stood out to you of like, oh man, the Rays really have the mojo going right now?
I mean, in general, look, and there was also the crazy comeback at Coors Field, right? The Aranda 2 RBI hit, and then you win in extra innings.
Yeah.
Certainly, like, just in general, the fight from this team, for some reason, they continue to do a ton of work with 2 outs. That's special. But I think, like, big picture, home runs. They're hitting a ton of home runs right now. I think since the start of July, they might be number 1.
They're number 1.
And when entering the season, I said, like, this is going to be a bottom 5 team in Major League Baseball at hitting home runs. And you're going to have Junior, you're going to have Yandy and Aranda who chip in the double digits, south of 20. But then who else? And a guy like Victor Mesa Jr. makes a big impact in this lineup. I mean, for all the crap that the Rays get for having a loaded farm system, bringing guys up and not giving enough runway, like, Victor Mesa Jr. is a great example of somebody who was given a sliver of an opportunity and he made the most of it. And sometimes it's all you get. And now, like, I don't know how you don't plan in the future without Victor Mesa Jr. being a part of this franchise for a good chunk of time. Like, he is a special talent who is emerging. He's got some fun under the hood stuff, but he has added some thump to this lineup. Liam Hicks added some thump to this lineup. He had a grand slam in Coors. He had a 3-run homer against the Athletics, right? Like, 2 game-changing swings, which in that grand slam one, it kept them in the game versus them changed the game. The Athletics game kept the game at a big distance, went from 4-2 to 7-2. Now all of a sudden you're using the back of the bullpen to end the game versus your A bullpen. Brian Baker got off the entire Athletic series. So that's big. But yeah, if I had to pick one thing, home runs completely changed the outlook of this team. And, certainly if you were going to argue, hey, why could the Rays make it to a World Series? They're launching balls out of the park now. And that is the X factor for this offense. And it completely changes the complexion of their ceiling and how far that they can go.
All right, there it is. Now the Rays will have an off day, and then they are back at the Trop against a couple division rivals. All right, we got more to discuss, including Closky on the clock, the much ballyhooed segment that we have with Evan Closky every week.
A big thank you to our friends at Amazon for this limited break. This back-to-school season, spend less on your kids with Amazon. We all know how crazy the back-to-school shopping experience can be. It starts with a few items on the list, and then suddenly you're shopping for supplies, clothes, lunch gear, tech, and about 10 other things that you didn't see coming, and it adds up fast. And you know what? It turns to be 9 p.m. the night before school starts, and somebody suddenly remembers they need folders or notebooks and markers and apparently 12 other things that nobody mentioned until now. And nothing gets the heart rate up quite like emergency school shopping. And I'm convinced Prime's Delivered Tomorrow Before 7 a.m. feature was created exclusively for parents in this moment. So remember, with Amazon's low back-to-school prices, just spend less on your kids, because every dollar you don't spend on them is a dollar you haven't spent on them. So shop back to school at Amazon and spend less.
It's time for Closky. Closky on the clock.
Jazz hands.
Very nice.
Kevin, I don't even know why we let Kevin do this.
One
He
jazz
goes
hand.
too vertical.
He goes vertical.
You
got to go horizontal, baby.
Horizontal, dude. It's
Yeah.
too vertical.
Yeah,
Okay.
come on.
Chad Matola giving me tips. Appreciate that. All right, Closky on the clock. We give Evan a topic, and he has more or less 60 seconds to answer the question or the topic du jour. We just mentioned how the Rays' ability to hit home runs were a high point of the road trip. And don't look now, but we have a battle. We have a race for Major League Baseball's home run king in 2026. Yordan Alvarez has 35 homers. Junior Caminero has 35 homers. Matt Olson has 35. Kyle Schwarber has 35. Hunter Goodman has 34. Ben Rice has 32. So there is some tight competition for who is going to have the home run crown in Major League Baseball. Evan, can you make the case for why Junior Caminero will be that guy who sits on the home run throne, if you will, by the end of the regular season?
His exit velocity is one of the best in the game. His bat speed is the best in the game. Doesn't matter the ballpark for him, whereas Yordan and Schwarber and Olson benefit from very hitter-friendly ballparks. Junior Caminero has not really a team-friendly ballpark or a hitter-friendly ballpark in Tropicana Field, so his power is going to translate on the road as much as it is at home. It might hurt him a little bit that he doesn't get some of these wall scrapers that some of these other dudes could get, though all are prolific power hitters, and typically they're not wall scraping. But in general, with this team having Liam Hicks behind him to protect him, he's going to get more strikes, and that's going to allow him to barrel some balls up. And if we go back to last year and look at this year, when did Junior Caminero do the most of his damage? August and into September. So he was a second half player last year with the Taters. And he should be able to, he could be able to get to 45 by the end of the year, which would be nuts.
5 home runs in this West Coast trip, guys. I mean, that's a pretty.
Well, it helps when you're playing at Coors Field and
West Sacramento, and exactly. So again, you told me to make the case. I don't know if he's going to do it just because there are things working against him, and the quality of opponents are going to go up. But
but he does have some added protection as well now. Finally,
now he does have protection, exactly. moving to somebody who's not getting protection on social media. My goodness, the pitchforks have been out for Carson Williams. And we just made the argument on Wednesday's episode saying, which I think you'll agree, but this is why I'm asking you. 146 plate appearances in 2 different years does not give you enough of a sample size to say this guy's a bust, especially when it's a top-priced prospect. Evan, are we correct in thinking that you got to let this guy have an actual runway before fans come out with the pitchforks and saying, get him off my team?
I mean, first off, the shortstop position is the most coveted next to center field in the game of baseball. Carson Williams has a plus glove. So at the bare minimum, he's going to go out there and he's going to be able to play a really good defensive style of baseball, which is what this team needs, run prevention, right? Taylor Walls does it, despite what happened in West Sacramento, doesn't get love for his bat. He gets love for his glove, and he's one of the best to do it. And eventually, in due time, we do believe that Carson's going to be one of the better shortstops in the game. Also, the problem with Carson and getting called up right now is he was going through some really strong changes in his swing. You even saw the game that he started in West Sacramento. His swing changed when he pinched hit the following night and hit a home run, right? You don't drive a car when you're still working on repairs, but the Rays don't have another option when Ben Williamson went down.
Yeah.
Ben Williamson was their backup shortstop. That is not, you can't just fling anybody at shortstop. So you need someone who can handle that position, who's done it time in and time again. You know, Nick Madrigal is a guy who's not in the 40-man roster. I know he's in Durham. He's played, I don't know, you can probably count the amount of times he's played shortstop in his career, minors and majors, you know, on in like one scoop here, like maybe 10 times. I don't know. It's something like that. You just can't trust it. So here's the thing with Carson. At the bare minimum, he's going to play a plus glove. He's going to have a plus glove, and he still has 20 home run power in him, which go look around the league. It's not easy to do at the shortstop position. So you got Pop, you have a plus glove. He's not going to hit for average. We probably knew that happening anyway. But with some of the tinkers, if they do work through, hopefully he can get up to like 240, 250. But if he's a plus glove with 20 homers, like the guy's going to have a long major league career, even if it's as a backup shortstop. Like I promise you, that is a coveted skill set around the league. And yes, do not judge him based on 150 at-bats. He got called up last year because they were out of it, and they wanted to give him a runway. It's the only reason why he played. And they called him up now because they had an injury, and they needed him to play. So
he started the year because they had an injury. They had already sent him down to the minors, and then he said, actually, you're opening.
This is not like – this wasn't a promotion out of skill level. This was like, hey, we need you. Yeah. And he's 23 years old. Like, I'm not saying that he's going to be a thing, but like worst case, and the reason why he's a top 100 prospect the reason why he was a top 100 prospect is because his floor is so high. When you factor in the plus glove, you factor in the 20 home run potential. There just aren't many shortstops out there that can do that. And even if he hits 200, you're looking at like, if you were to play a full season, let's say without like the stance tinkering and he found a rhythm and they just said, okay, go with it. You're looking at maybe a 2024 Jose Siri. Like that's probably, which, you know, isn't fun to watch night in and night out. But when you play the plus glove, like there are still those moments where you go back to 2024 and you're like, man, Jose Siri made a handful of these plays, so on and so forth. That's probably like worst case scenario for him. And guess what? Jose Siri is still in the league, right? Yeah. Still with the Angels, like cashing a check at the major league level. That's Carson's going to find a role, whether it's in Tampa Bay long term, I don't know, but he's going to find a major league role because he just does two things very well, which are really important.
Yeah. And I mean, thou who shall not be named, Carson Williams, he's kind of that replacement, that next level prospect that, okay, we can't have this guy because of some off the field reasons, a lot of off the field reasons. So, you know, this other guy, top ranked prospect, he should be able to step in and do pretty much the same thing. And it just isn't all that easy all the time. All right. Chandler Simpson Last I checked, he is second in the American League in batting average. Probably not going to catch up to Yordan Alvarez, who is hitting 322 right now, could win the Triple Crown. Chandler Simpson is at 307, if I recall. My question is in regards to a possible future batting title. I know that the lack of power could possibly hamstring him at times, but do you see a scenario or situation where Chandler Simpson, whether it's in 2028, 2029, 2027, 2030, wins a
2031.
batting title? Maybe that too. Anytime in his major league career that he wins the batting title, similar to guys that don't have a lot of power, i.e. Luis Arias, D. Strange Gordon, so on and so forth.
Yeah. You got to start the clock.
Oh,
Yeah, we got to start the clock. I was giving you a head start here. Here we go.
A head start. Look, I definitely think he can. Like, people have to also remember, this is his first full season through Major League Baseball. He got called up last year. He got sent down for a little bit, called up again. This is the first full year, start to finish, that he's had in Major League Baseball. What's going to happen a year or two from now when he has that many more reps under his belt? He's already guys, like, he stepped into Major League Baseball and immediately became a 300 hitter. Like, I can't begin to explain how difficult that is. But yeah, I think probably at his peak, in my opinion, at his peak, you're looking at like a 330, 335 season from him. Just something where all the breaks go his way. Like, I think he can even push to 340 for a season at his career year, because he just has the speed that is going to give him so many. Like, that's why when you look at his underlying metrics, don't look at his BABIP, because he's a guy that's going to create high BABIP every single year because of his speed. So where it could be a noisy stat for many, it's not a noisy stat for Chandler. And I just think 1 year, like Yandy Diaz in 23, 1 year the stars can align where, all these balls start, flying into holes and the bunts are all laid down perfectly. And I definitely think that he can do that in his career.
It's really great when Chandler is hot, which he has been since June 19th. Yeah. He's just he's literally hitting 390 people. 390 since June 19th, something like that. It's really so fun to watch Chandler Simpson play when he is going well. Like, it's really, because he can do it all. We've seen his advancement, his improvement with the glove in left field. We have seen how, with the downturn in stolen bases, he has picked it up again. And we had a little thing last year, Kevin, I don't know if you remember, but a bet of who would have more of their own skill set. Would Junior Caminero have more home runs than Chandler Simpson have stolen bags? And once again, they're in pretty similar numbers where we can do that bet of who's going to have more of their own bucket. Junior Caminero with home runs or Chandler Simpson with stolen bags.
Simpson has 33 stolen bases. We mentioned Junior has 35 home runs. So
it's right there.
Definitely a battle and a test for sure. And Simpson just finds so many different ways to garner a hit, whether it's a bunt, chopping the ball in front of home plate, or finding holes in between the middle infield, or hitting the ball the other way, pulling the ball down the line, all that.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, let's move. Let's move to our baseball trivia, which apparently is one of the best of 2026. Baseball fans, if you think you know who's hitting a home run, FanDuel is giving you a free chance to call your shot with daily dingers. It's easy to play. Just make your free pick for who you think will hit a home run in their game. If you're right, you'll receive a profit boost to use on your next bet for a chance at extra winnings. Best of all, you can make a free pick every day throughout the MLB season. Daily Dingers is another fun way to stay engaged with everyday's games, whether you're following your favorite team or keeping an eye on matchups across the league. So, are you ready to play your game today? Join all the action at FanDuel.com. That's FanDuel.com to play Daily Dingers and make your free pick on who is hitting a home run. Play ball and swing for the fences on FanDuel, an official partner of the MLB.
It is time for baseball trivia and Name That War. My trivia question is related to home runs and kind of, maybe Junior will at some point be on this list. Time will tell. In front of me, I have a list of 12 different players who have hit 40 or more home runs at least 6 times in their career. So 40 home runs in a season, doing it at least 6 times. The high mark is 11. The low mark is 6. And I want you two to work together to give me 6 of these 12 names. Did the question make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Evan, you want to go first?
Pujols.
Pujols is number 6 on this list, tied in that spot. He had 7 40 home run seasons.
I'll go with Henry the Hank Aaron.
That's a good guess. He had 8 of those.
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds, steroids or not, yep, he's on this list. He had 8 40-plus homer seasons.
Alex Rodriguez.
Same thing. He also had 8. I need 2 more names.
Sammy Sosa.
Sammy Sosa is on this list. He had 7.
So we need one more name.
One more name.
I want to be perfect. I want to be perfect on this. It's either Willie Mays or Ken Griffey Jr. I'm going to go with... Do we go old school or do we go cool? Ken Griffey Jr.
That's your guess.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And it was between Ken Griffey Jr. or Willie Mays?
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, both of them are on the list, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, let's go.
Griffey
Was
had
McGuire on there?
7. Mays had 6. I'm sorry, Evan?
Was McGuire on there?
He is on in here as well. 6.
Oh, I shouldn't say this, but is Big Poppy in there?
No. All right,
Okay.
you're done. No
We're
more.
done.
You guys did above and beyond extra credit.
Woohoo.
Number 1 on the list, I would have thought somebody would have named him. Babe Ruth. He had the most
You're getting there.
with 11. Then we had A-Rod, Barry Bonds. Harmon Killebrew is on this list.
Nice.
Hank Aaron, Albert Pujols, Sammy Sosa, Ken Griffey Jr., a guy that you don't think about, but he's on this list. Adam Dunn had 6.
By the way, that was going to be one of my guesses.
Big
All right.
donkey.
Yeah.
Nice.
He was
Another
Mr.
guy?
He was 4,100 every year.
Oh, yeah. He did 230, 240, 40, 100, and have like 200 strikeouts. Jim Thome is on this list. Mark McGuire and Willie Mays. That is the 12 individuals who had a lot of pop in their bat. And maybe one day, Junior Caminero will be a trivia question.
I love that. Okay, well, the Rays will be playing the Baltimore Orioles this weekend with a wraparound series. Those are odd. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And they're opening the upper deck, people. So that should be fun. If you haven't gotten tickets, go to the upper deck. And now we're going to play Name That War, which is when we take a player from the past and we try to guess their career WAR according to Baseball Reference, only using our Baseball Archive mind. And today's player from the past played for the Baltimore Orioles and a few other teams as well. He might have been on a little movie called Moneyball just for a second or two. Today's player is Venezuelan bump, Ramon Hernandez. What is his career WAR according to Baseball Reference?
Oh my God.
He was a catcher, right? Or multiple positions?
Yeah, catcher.
Oh,
Catcher.
like you got me stumped on this. I don't even know. I'm just gonna off the rip 5.8. Like I don't even know what the it's the best I got.
Okay. Ramon Hernandez played probably at least a decade in the league. 10 to 12 years, I'm saying.
Okay.
Probably had a career OPS of 710, 150 or fewer homers, maybe was a one-time All-Star. And I'm kind of in Evan's boat here. I'll give him a little bit more of a bump, and I'll say 10.8.
I need hands up, so you don't look it up, because I'm going to give you the slash line. 263, 327, 417. That's a 744 OPS for a catcher. He played 15 years. He was an all-star. 15 years. He had 169 bomberoos. Dude had power. Oh, my goodness. He should have been an all-star multiple times. And guess what? His OPS plus 96 for a catcher. Guys, 1,345 hits. This guy's career WAR, according to Baseball Reference, is 22.1. Put respect on Ramon's bleeping name.
That was such
we
a
really
good one.
pooped the bed on that one. Were we thinking of a different Ramon Hernandez?
I'm telling you right now. Hey, look, I said it off the rip. You got me, right? I said I 15 years wowed me.
I know, right? Yeah, good
Well
career.
done.
Imagine, that's insane. It's just that he started in '99 and then ended in 2013, so he got a little bit brunt of that steroid era. But imagine a catcher today with a slash line of 263, 327, 417, a 744 OPS. That's like amazing for 15 years. Incredible.
Very good. All right. Hope you all enjoyed and played along at home. Evan, in the meantime, how can people find your wonderful work on the TVs, the social media, and all that?
10 Tampa Bay News app. You got all our sportscasts there, 5, 6, 11, 6:30, all the good stuff. Bucks training camp continues. The Rays don't stop winning. We'll be out there on Friday, making sure we get the boys when they come back. First time we get to meet a bunch of the guys that they traded for. That's how long they've been gone. So just stick with us. And a reminder, you can always hit me up at Closky WTSP. I'll respond to 99% of you. The 1% reserved for the jerks.
And Evan is the noted beat reporter on Little League World Series action, evidently.
People don't know that, but we get text messages from Evan telling us everything about the Little
These are
League
lies.
World Series.
These are lies, but I glance. I take a look.
Curious to see if there's betting odds on Little League games.
Oh, my goodness.
Kevin, get some help.
Yeah. I'll be checking that offline. In the meantime, I'm not the only one thinking about that, by the way. There's lots of other people.
Oh, no, sure. Pawn it off.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for making Locked On your first listen every day. For your second, find the all-night Locked On MLB game night, every game, every night until a World Series champion is crowned. Stay safe, and we will talk to you on Friday.